You might think that a toxic person is someone who yells at you or fights with you. That is not always true. The bad people are not always loud and mean. Sometimes they are quiet and nice. They can still hurt you. A toxic person is good with words. They know how to say things that can confuse you and make you feel bad. They do not attack you directly, they just say things that can make you feel weird and unsure on. They are like people who put traps in your way. Then they wait for you to get hurt. A toxic person is like that. They plant ideas in your mind and then they wait for you to think about them and get upset. Toxic people are experts at using language to hurt you. They do it in a way that is hard to notice at first. These people seem nice, they talk in a soft voice and they act like they really care about what is going on in your life. The thing is, behind everything they say they are trying to trick you. They wear a mask of kindness, they speak in a tone and they appear deeply interested in your affairs, but it is all a trick. Behind every word from these people lies a trap, and that is what you have to watch out for with the mask of kindness. There are people who do not use language because that would make them appear mean. Instead, they ask questions because that makes you appear like you are in the wrong. These people are very good at turning things around, which makes you question your mind. Today we will look at the 5 hurtful questions that toxic people use, understand why toxic people are using these questions, and most importantly, I will give you the shield to respond to toxic people. Question 1. The emotional mind. Why are you so sensitive? Imagine this situation. Someone says something mean, they make fun of something you did that was really hard for you. They just do not care about how you feel. When you finally get up the courage to stand up for yourself and say that really hurt me, they look at you like they are shocked, but it is not real, and they say, my God, why do you get so upset about everything? They are basically saying that you are the one who's wrong for feeling bad, not them for being mean to you, and that is what really hurts, when someone makes you feel bad for feeling bad and then they say, why are you so sensitive, like it is a bad thing to care about what people say. What is going on here? This is not really a question. It is like someone is trying to move the crime scene to a place. The person who did something is not saying sorry. Instead, they are changing the subject from what they did to how you're reacting. Now, the problem is not that they were not respectful. The problem is that you are supposedly weak. This question is trying to make you wonder if your feelings are okay. The person who is asking the question wants you to think that maybe you are getting too upset. They want you to think that maybe you are being too dramatic. They want you to doubt your feelings about the crime scene relocation and the bad behavior that happened. The person is trying to shift the focus from their behavior to your reaction. The crime scene relocation is what they are trying to do. When you start blaming yourself, the people who did you wrong have gotten away with what they did. They have gotten away with it because you are too busy blaming yourself. When someone says something that hurts your feelings, you should not try to explain that you are sensitive. Do not try to prove that you are a person. Instead, you should say clearly, the problem is not that I am sensitive, the problem is that you are being disrespectful. The issue is not my feelings, the issue is your behavior. I do not want to talk about how I feel, I want to tell you what you can and cannot do. I am setting a limit on how you can treat me. You should remember that you are setting a boundary regarding the person's behavior, not regarding your own feelings. You are telling them what they can do and what they cannot do. You are saying that you will not accept behavior from them. The issue is the person's behavior, not your sensitivity. Question 2. The toxic humor shield. Can you not take a joke? When they want to be mean but do not want you to get upset, with the toxic humor shield. The toxic humor shield is used by people who like to make fun of others. Then say it is just a joke. The toxic humor shield is a way for people to be rude and then act like everything is okay. This question is like the version of the first one. The person who is trying to manipulate you will use it when they want to hurt your feelings. Make it seem like they are just being funny. They will make a joke about you in front of people, and when they see that you are upset, they will laugh and say, "Oh, you cannot take a joke? Have you gotten too serious?" The manipulator does this to the person, and the manipulator says this to make the person feel bad. The manipulator uses this question, the twin question, to insult the person. This question is really bad for you. It gets you into a spot. If you get mad, people think you are being mean. That ruins everything. If you laugh it off, they think it is okay to say something to you again. Some people think being funny is an excuse to be rude. The truth is, if everyone is not laughing, it is not funny. The person is just being mean with words. When someone says something mean to you, you can do something to stop them from hurting you. Use the freeze technique. Look at the person who said the thing calmly and tell them, jokes are meant to be funny, jokes are supposed to make people laugh. What you said was not funny, what you said was hurtful. Can you explain to me why you think your joke is funny? I do not understand what is funny about jokes that insult people like me. When you make the person who was being mean explain why they think their joke is funny, they start to look silly. They do not seem as powerful as they did before. Question 3. Why do you make everything about the guilt bomb and your own problems? The guilt bomb is a common thing that people use to make others feel bad. When someone uses the guilt bomb on you, they are trying to make you feel guilty for something. The guilt bomb is not a thing to use on people. You go to someone who's really close to you, like a family member or a good friend, to talk about how sad you are feeling. You want to tell them about a problem that is bothering you, or you want to talk to them about how they have been ignoring you. Before you can even get to the second thing you want to say, they cut you off. They say to you, "You are so selfish. Why do you always make everything about you?" This really hurts your feelings because you were trying to be honest with them about your sadness and your problems, and you thought they would listen to you and try to understand how you are feeling. You go to this person because you think they care about you, but when they say something like that, it makes you wonder if they really do. The psychology of the trap. This is the kind of behavior. The toxic person always wants to be the center of attention. They ask this question to make the victim feel bad about who they are and what they need. The toxic person wants the victim to think that talking about what hurts them is wrong and that they are bad for doing. What happens next is that the victim stops talking, hides their feelings, and spends all their time taking care of the person because they do not want to seem selfish. The toxic person is the one who is really being selfish. They make the victim feel that way instead. The psychology of the trap is about the toxic person and how they treat the victim. This question is trying to get to your feelings and make you feel like you are a burden because of your emotions. It wants to see how you really feel. If you think your emotions are too much for other people to handle, the question is trying to make you think about your emotions and how they affect the people around you. When someone talks to you, do not let them say that what you need is selfish. You should say to them, "I am telling you about something that is really hurting me now, and I need you to listen to me." Talking about how we feel is what makes a relationship good and healthy. It is not selfish. Are you going to listen to me? Should we just stop talking about this? I really need to know that you are going to hear me out. Communicating about feelings is really important to me. It is what makes a relationship strong. So I want to know, are you ready to listen to what I have to say, or should we just stop the conversation now? Question 4. When did I say that you are imagining things? Erasing reality, which is also known as gaslighting, is when someone says something like, "When did I say that you are imagining things?" to make the other person doubt their memory and perception of what really happened. And this is a pretty common thing that people who do gaslighting or erasing reality will say to the person they are trying to manipulate, because they want the person to think they are going crazy, and they will say things like, "You are imagining things," to make them feel that way. And it is all part of the erasing reality or gaslighting process. This question is really frustrating. You recall the things they promised, you recall the things they said, and when you talk to them about it, they look right at you with a lot of confidence and say, "When did I say that? You are making this up. It seems you do not remember things correctly, or maybe you were just dreaming." The promises they made, the words they said, it is like they never happened. They look at you like you are crazy, like you are the one who is losing your mind. They say you are imagining things, that you have memory problems. The promises they made, it is like they never existed. Why is gaslighting bad? This is a bad thing. The person who is doing the manipulating is not trying to defend themselves. Instead, they are trying to mess with the way your brain works. Gaslighting is when someone wants you to doubt what you see and what you remember. They want you to start believing what they say is real, of what you know is true. When you stop trusting your memory, the person doing the gaslighting gets to be in charge of your life. They become the one who tells you what is real and what is not. Gaslighting is very dangerous because it makes you lose control of your life. When someone questions what happened, do not get into an argument about who said what. Instead, say firmly, I am very confident in what I heard and what happened. I will not argue about what happened, but I will make my decisions based on the facts that I know are true. It is an idea to keep notes or messages to remind myself of what really occurred so I can look back at them if I need to. This helps me remember the facts clearly. Question 5. The poison gratitude trap. This is what I reaped after everything I did? This question comes up when you start setting boundaries or say no to something that's not fair. The person who is trying to control you will then bring up all the things they have done for you. Say with a sad face, after all the things I have done for you, after all the sacrifices I have made for you, this is how you treat the person who is me, the person who has made all these sacrifices for you? The truth of the trap. This is what people call blackmail. A person who is toxic does not do things for you because they care about you. They do these things so they can use them against you later. They want you to feel like you owe them forever. They think that because they were nice to you before, you should do what they want now, even if it means giving up the things that are important to you. Real love does not keep track of what people owe each other. When someone is really being generous, they do not use it to try to control you. Emotional blackmail is not love. Emotional blackmail is when someone tries to make you feel bad so you will do what they want. Real love and emotional blackmail are two things. When someone brings up what they did for you in the past, you need to separate what happened then from what is going on now. You can say something like, I really appreciate what you did for me in the past and I thanked you for it at that time, but that does not mean I am going to accept behavior from you now. The fact that you did something for me does not give you the right to treat me poorly now. You did something for me in the past and I am grateful for that, but it does not mean you can cross my boundaries now. Conclusion: you are not the problem. Manipulators are people who like to stay hidden. They do well when you are not sure about yourself. The main thing they want to do with these questions is to make you go from being someone who was hurt by what they do to someone who was questioned because of how you react to them. Manipulators want to make you feel like you are the one who did something, not them. They want to turn the tables on you so you start to doubt your feelings and thoughts, and that is what manipulators are good at. Always remember, when you are talking to people, they want to understand what you are saying. But manipulators are different. They ask questions so they can judge you. Healthy people like to know more about things. Manipulators just want to find fault in what the healthy people are saying. Healthy people ask questions to learn. Manipulators ask to judge the people. When you are around people, they respect the boundaries that you set for yourself. On the hand, people who like to manipulate others see your boundaries as a personal attack on them. Healthy people understand that the boundaries that you set are important to you. Manipulators do not like the boundaries that you set because they want to control you and they feel that your boundaries are getting in the way of what they want to do. Do not let anyone take away your peace, no matter how much you care about them. You should not have to say sorry for being a person with feelings and memories. It is okay to have boundaries. You are not the one who's wrong, they are the ones who are wrong. Just be strong. Believe in yourself. Never let them get to you. Would you like me to help you draft a response to a specific situation you are currently facing with someone? Don't let anyone use your kindness against you. If you found value in these 5 shields, give this video a like and subscribe for more insights on navigating difficult relationships. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.